Okay, so to treat myself, I decided to get, you know, a kind of like hipper wardrobe. This is from a store called Zara, and it's kind of, yeah, it is a more hip place. I'm gonna see how this stuff looks. Does it make me look a little fresher or stylish, or does it make me look like an old guy trying to dress like a young guy? Um, and the other thing is, here's what clothes shopping when you're depressed looks like. You know, completely neutral. But anyway, so I'm gonna show you a few of my outfits. Okay, so this is one of them. Yeah, I want to see how it looks. You know, looks on me. Um, you know, how will it look? I think you're going on a cruise. In a way, this is kind of like it's kind of it's also kind of like I'm afraid a black look. So I'm like a white guy dressed like a black guy. There are a lot of uh, blacks and Hispanics in this store, so it may be what could I say, racially just not for me. But so here's one outfit. Okay, this is what it looks like. Now I'll show you another top. Okay, so this is another top. By the way, I guess this is the day wear. You know, it's lighter color. This is what I'll wear around the ship during the day. I also have other lighter colored shirts, actually with some color in it. But what I liked about this place is you just pick everything goes with everything else, and it's what's called you can make what's called a core wardrobe. Just a few pieces, they all don't go together. You don't make a decision. They're quality clothes, but not a lot of them. So, I mean, so this is kind of like, now this looks big, but this is actually a medium. This is my size. They all look kind of like this. This kind of looks like I work in a hospital or something, you know, but that's the style. Uh, and maybe that's the ethos of the zeitgeist. You know, people aren't happy. Um, People aren't into fun. They're they're kind of somber. I think. I didn't feel that people shopping at the mall were cheery today. By the way, and the stores weren't that crowded. You know. But anyway, so here's another my day outfit. I have another like neutral kind of silk shirt that I can wear with this too. I may put that on next. I'll show that to you. Actually, compared to all the neutral stuff, I guess you would call this bright or a spot of color. But so here's another one, the casual pants but with a casual shirt, and this will be another day outfit. Um, you know, uh, yeah. I mean, in a way, I like this kind of like neutral, some these neutral, maybe even somber outfits. Uh, I've been thinking about this actually for a long time. About there's this idea of get a uniform. You know, we're kind of the same thing. All that actually during the '60s, the Brooks Brothers suit, white shirt, black tie. It was a uniform. You know, and kind of back to that, I guess. Um, do I dare say conservative? As the country moves to the right, you get this, with all the thing with the diversity and etc. Um, uh, I think uniformity is back. You know, um, maybe I'll send you a website of these fat guys, and they actually have a uniform, but their uniform are, jeans, suspenders, and bright shirts. And actually, they look very nice. They have a whole clothing line. But anyway, so here's my kind of like uniform look for cruise day wear. Very neutral. And by the way, this is a very expensive shirt. I got it at Men's Warehouse, but of course it was on sale. To me, these clothes, okay, these pants were $50, which to me is really expensive. Of course, when you go to shopping at Goodwill, when any article of clothing you buy is between $2.99 and $5.99. But I mean, I don't think $50 for pants. I think that's what pants go for. But I'm so out of the economy that anyway. Okay, now I'll show you my evening wear. Well, okay, so here's the evening wear. You can never go wrong in basic black, right? Did I tell you this stuff one time? I was in Palm Springs, and this guy is pops into this clothing optional resort completely dressed in black, and I said, "Oh wow, black, that's a great summer look." He says, "Darling, I will be wearing black until they find something darker." But this looks like kind of like a t-shirt. I mean, it is a t-shirt. But I was wearing a Hanes t-shirt, a black t-shirt, and a black guy, incidentally. I guess Black Lives Matter with Black Clothes Matters. He goes, look at this, and look at, see this. He goes, you want this. You see the difference, and you can see the difference in person. One's kind of like it's maybe a Hanes shirt, which isn't bad quality, but the difference between this and that Hanes shirt was really obvious. And he says, "I know you're trying to look good, and this looks good." And we were sort of like on the same wavelength. He says, "You want to look good. You can get everything you want here." He wasn't a salesman. He was a person. I said, "Yeah, I noticed that. It's like everything goes together. You don't have to make any decision." And I even said to him, he said, "So it's okay." I said to him, I don't want to look like an old fart who's trying to be hip. I just want, to look good. He goes, "No, you look good, man. You look good." The only thing he said, these are actually my slippers. He goes, "You got to get some shoes. You got to get some shoes." And he's into like, Vans or Nike or, they bling, they want the $200, $300, $400 shoe, which is beyond me. But actually, there's a place in Hillcrest that has these shoes used, and so you can pick up a shoe that costs $500 for maybe $50. Except the thing is, the people who are hip to this thing know that that's last year's shoe. Kind of like, I don't know if you saw Legally Blonde, and the guy goes, you think, yeah, don't tell me anything, sweetheart. You're wearing last year's Pradas. But okay, so here's one night outfit. Okay. Hold on, I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere. Where am I here? Okay, right. Okay. So this is my the other night outfit. Go to the restaurant at night, and neutral. And I suppose I could wear this with other pants too. I have another pair of gray pants. So anyway, all of this goes together. Right. So this is my eating at night or going to someplace at night on the ship. So darker clothes, night. Okay, now I'm gonna, I just want to just get another look at this so I can see. I mean, like I said, I may return this, and I'll tell you why. That guy who was helping me pick stuff out, didn't work there. there were salesmen all around me, you know, and I'm looking at, I'm picking up stuff. I have it spread out. I'm trying to mismatch it, and it was like I wasn't even there. You know, but I guess, you know, I guess this is the zeitgeist, you know. Um, uh, Working in retail sucks. I'm not going to make any effort. I worked in retail myself also, and I don't know, but it was just unbelievable. But I did say to this one girl, I mean, like, you know, it's like I have 50 years of fashion, you know, 70 years of fashion experience, and I did ask this one girl, you know, I told her, like, you know, I wanted something, a more modern wardrobe, you know, could she help me out? And she, like, you know, she was like puzzled, and she like pulls, I mean, it was unbelievable the shit she pulled. She pulled off a see-through goth black shirt, and I like this bitch is clueless, you know, absolutely clueless, you know. You know, retail fashion is not your forte. I'll tell you another story, okay? So I walk out of the store, and another guy is behind me and walks ahead of me, and he's wearing Zara shoes and a Zara hoodie, but the tags were still on it, you know. I mean, he obviously just put the clothes on and walked out the store. And I don't know, you heard about this, like, for example, like the Walmart in Chicago, and they had to close it down because they had never, not only had they never made a profit, but they had lost millions of dollars because the shoplifters are so bold, they will just put something on, walk out the store. And and the employees are told, don't interfere, don't say anything. They could be armed. They could be dangerous. So all I said to the guy, I said, "Hey, buddy, you got the tag on you got the tag on your shoe." And he like looks and he goes, and then walks away. And I said to myself, Jesus, maybe I shouldn't have bought this shit. Maybe I should have just put it on and walked out. You know? Yeah, unbelievable. Okay, oh, my modesty. All right, now I'm going to show you another night outfit. Okay, yeah, hold on. Okay, this is my last outfit. All right, you know what this reminds me of? Maybe a Mao suit. You know, yeah, that's what it reminds me of. You know, and you know what? I've always said, you know. Capitalism actually, you know, seems to be evolving. They sort of like capitalism and socialism kind of like meet in the middle. You know, it's like you know, you start off with, you know, capitalist competition like that, and eventually, you know, one winner takes all. You know, like and it's like shopping in. Remember the gum department store in Moscow? It's like shopping at gum. You know, you don't have much of a selection. It's put up or shut up. You know, like the airlines, you know. You get in that seat. The seats are smaller and smaller and smaller. You no longer get food. Just shut up and sit there, or we'll have an air marshal pull you off the plane. You know, or like food, for example. You may think you get a lot of food, but all of this variety of food is owned by like 3 companies. You know, Nestle's, ConAgra, and I forget what the other one is. You know, so it's so the capitalism becomes like socialism. You know, there's only one source of products, and you really have limited choice. But anyway, so it's quite appropriate that I'm dressed like a Chinese communist. One thing I will say about this is I think I might have gone for a bigger. I think I might have gone for a bigger one. This feels a little tight. I may bring this back and get the larger size. We'll see. But anyway, so On the ship, one night on the ship, you're supposed to dress up and you wear a suit and like that. So instead of wearing a conventional suit and tie, I'm going as Chairman Mao here. I used to have. In fact, I may have it somewhere. I actually had a Chairman Mao wristwatch from China, and Chairman Mao's there, and his hands are doing like Mickey Mouse. It's kind of like Mickey Mouse, Chairman Mao. I may do that. But yeah, this is. Although it's a stretch fabric. So it feels pretty comfortable. So yeah, this is pretty good. So I would say all of these. So this is like it's like 50. Everything was like 50 or $35. So I spent. I'm not gonna tell you. Well, okay, I'll tell you. I spent $400. I suppose. Like I said, I'm kind of like stuck in like a 1970s economy. And I shop at Goodwill. So, but I suppose this is probably these days this is considered cheap. So I mean like slacks at Walmart are 30, but these slacks were 50. But on the other hand, like there are jeans at J.C. Penney's that are like $100. They start at $100. Nordstrom, Sergio and I went into Nordstrom's and was checking out their shoes. Some of them, they were like $500 to $1,000 for shoes that look so fucking ugly you wouldn't believe it. Anyway, okay, I think I'm going to end this video here. But what I may do is I may take a couple of pictures. So besides this, this was a total, impulse buy. But I was wandering around J.C. Penney's, and they had like this cookware set that allegedly goes for $250 for $79, and it's all white. And I've got like these grungy old pots. And you know what? All of it, they all work fine. They all work fine. There's nothing wrong with them. This was like a total impulse buy, but I think I showed you. I've got I've got a white kitchen, and I got a new IKEA bulletin board to organize things, which is all white. So I said, what the hell? Let's get some white, these white pots and pans, and they're really nice, and supposedly the way what they're made out of makes cooking better. Something like you heat them up first and then you put the food in, whatever. We'll see. And of course I could always return it, right? And actually, all of these things, after the cruise, I don't know if I have the chutzpah, but I could very well take all of this stuff and just bring it back to Zara. I mean, because nobody in the store seems to give a shit, they're not going to say, you're returning. Well, they wouldn't even bother to say that. They'll just say, oh, here, blah, 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 blah. Here's your money, So I may do that. Like, remember Melanie Griffith in Working Girl? She took the $10,000 little black dress and hid the tag, Yeah. Let's see. I'm wondering, could I hide the tags on this? Let's see. Yeah, I might be able to get away with doing that. I don't see any tag on this. Okay, so there's some, fashions on parade. Who wore it best on the red carpet or the parquet floor? It's me. And so I think this kind of like cheered me up. Then again, when I get the bill, it may depress me. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, and of course, I mean, what the hell do you know about fashion? You know about as much about fashion as I do, I don't, Well, I get like, what do they wear at in the wintertime? I wear jeans and a shirt or a sweater, and in the summertime I wear cargo shorts and a polo shirt. You know, but okay. So here's my attempt at being fashionable and buying my way out of depression. Okay, I'll be in touch, and and wait for my pots and pan video, a special feature.